Word. All right. Right.
Okay,
well,
I'm going to mute myself because I am taking care of 3 babies.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to see. I might be able to mute you guys all at once.
I can mute it. It's okay.
Okay. Yeah, and if anybody has background noise, just make sure you're muted. That would be awesome. So, all right, guys, welcome to week 1 of Own Your Road to Success. My name is Kelly Smith. I'm Advanced Director and Trainer from Wisconsin, and I'm going to lead you through the first call tonight. Each one of the directors is going to take a week, so this is my week. So here we go. Okay. All right, so we're going to start sharing. Oh, maybe here we go. Okay, so today's session is called All About Bookings. Oh, and then is this going to be a pain in my, there we go. So first thing we're going to do first is we want to, every week, we want to share your success stories. So we want to talk about a little bit, so you guys can unmute for this unless somebody's got really bad background noise. So let's share about all of our successes. Who had like awesome successes with their booking blitzes this week? Who wants to come out? I know some of my girls did, so I think there's some bragging to be done tonight. Don't be shy. We're all going to learn from each other.
Oh, I did.
Amy?
Yeah.
Awesome. What happened last week? Oh, did she freeze?
I've actually booked 3 parties within like the last 2 days.
Who's
I'm
that
sorry.
talking?
Michelle.
Okay,
sorry.
Michelle, awesome. Congratulations. That's amazing. Amy, I'm sorry, like you must have cut out, so I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah. I had 5 for May. One of them had to cancel because of a personal emergency, but she's going to reschedule later on.
Okay.
And I have 4 for June already right now.
Woo!
Nice.
And I have another girl from a party who got one of her friends to book a party. I just have to get a hold of her. And then I have another girl from a party from when I first started, my very first not me party. She is still about ready to book her party as well.
Awesome. That is fantastic. Congratulations. All right. Anybody else want to go? Who had some successes this week?
Can you hear me?
Yes, Lori, go ahead.
Do I sound like a mouse?
Nope, you're good.
Okay.
No Minnie Mouse right now.
Well, I had 5 for May, 1 canceled. I rescheduled that one, so then I had 5 again, and another one canceled. So I'm down to 4 for May, but they're both going to book later. It's just bad timing right now. And I got 3 for June, and 2 for July,
Woo!
and 1 in September.
Oh my gosh, you go, girl. That is
And I'm
amazing.
working on one right now that she's going to get back to me Wednesday. So,
Yep, and you've got a potential recruit lead too, right?
actually 2 now.
Woo!
But I think her party is bombing. So I don't know that I'm going to get very far with that one.
Want remote?
You never know. You never know.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
All right, let's do that's awesome, Lori. Congratulations.
thank you.
Anybody else? We'll do one more and then we'll get rolling here. Anybody else? Remember, it's progress, like it says on the screen. It's not perfection. So, even sometimes just remember those, we like to say like hashtag little wins. So, if there's even a little win, tell us.
Where is he?
All right. Well, if we've got you guys, maybe in the next couple of weeks, you won't be so shy. Okay. So the other thing I wanted to ask, because anybody want to share how they're tracking their contacts. Does anybody have that? I posted the other night about the 25 contacts a day notebook. Did anybody get a chance to listen to that? Lori has. Okay, I see a couple of people shaking their heads. So that is a really, really good tool. And we're going to talk a little bit more about tracking until you get your schedule where you want it to be. So that's something that we're going to be talking about in this session as well. So, okay, let's go ahead and continue here. So I'm going to actually collapse you guys so I can see the screen better here. All right, so we're going to just go over real quick promotion requirements again, because I know that the recording and everything was kind of messed up last week. So we're just going to run through this real quick. So what you need to do to promote. In the month you promote, you'll need 5 active consultants on your team in addition to yourself. An active meaning team members submitting a minimum of $150. You submit a minimum of $750. And the team sales that total a minimum of $5,000. This magic formula needs to happen just once. And then to maintain the factor, you need to have personal sales of $750 and team sales of $5,000. There is not a magic number of people that have to be active after that. So that is kind of one of the 9 things. That one formula needs to happen just that one time. Expectations. So these are the minimum requirements to promote to director. At Pampered Chef, we're required to share the minimums of sales at every level of the career plan, but that doesn't mean you have to focus on them. At Pampered Chef, leaders never work to minimums. We talk about this all the time. And in order to have success in the business and be a leader that others will follow, you'll want to be the one setting the pace for your team. And you'll find everyone will have more successes when you do. Fast track rewards for those in their first 90 days. So I think we do have some people on the call that are in their fast track rewards. So fast track directors have that extra incentives of those cash bonuses of up to $300. So if you have questions about how that works, contact your director and we can kind of walk you through how the rewards work for that program. But basically it is the only time Pampered Chef ever gives cash bonuses. So it's a pretty incredible program. All right. Oops. Oh, sorry, the words must have like not popped up right away. There we go. All right, benefits of directorship. So there is 3% overrides on your personal and team sales, 3% overrides on your first generation sales, 50 Pampered Chef dollars for every qualified recruit, and an activity bonus for every active consultant on your personal team. So that's $10 for every person. You get 250 Pampered Chef dollars for promoting, and then qualify for director boxes and get personal invites to our North American leader calls and spotlight training calls, which usually they do those once a month. But the spotlight training calls, with everything with COVID going on, they've been doing an amazing job and they've been offering them to us weekly right now. So it's been pretty awesome. Also, of course, on stage recognition at conference, and you get some extra trip points at the director level as well. So those are some pretty awesome perks. All right, so now we're going to get into our Own Your Road to Success expectations and what's going to be happening over the next few weeks. So here's what we're going to expect from you. Showing up for weekly sessions to help you strengthen your skills and learn from other participants. Weekly check-ins to celebrate your wins and discuss solutions to anything that may be getting in the way of your success. Opportunity to network with other participants in a small group setting, which will help you learn the skills and habits that will help you strengthen your personal business. That's what we expect. So now here's what we'll expect from you. Book a full party schedule of a minimum of 4 shows. Remember, leaders don't work to minimum, so we would really like you to start thinking about getting that closer to 6 to 8 parties. Be willing to share the business opportunity. participate in the weekly sessions, which are going to be the Mondays, the next following 3 weeks, 8 p.m. here on Zoom, and then commit to weekly 15-minute check-ins with your director. And I'm sure that your director may have already told you. I know I'll be relaying that to my team, but everybody might be doing that a little bit differently. So just make sure you ask your director how you're going to be doing your check-ins with them. So first thing tonight we're going to talk about is mindset moment and taking action. So as we go through this program, we're going to have a small part of each session called mindset moment. Your mind is powerful, and the way you think impacts your results. The first mindset we're going to talk about is stretching yourself. As you start on this journey, you'll enjoy many successes, and of course, not everything will go exactly as planned, and that's normal. We're going to ask you to stretch and believe in the system. Okay, so now what I want you to do is I want you guys to stand up real quick. And I know you're probably sitting at a desk or on your couch, but I for real want you to stand up right now. And I'm gonna look to see if you guys are actually doing that, okay? So I better see. Stand up and do it right now, okay? Stand up, stand up. And then what I want you to do is I want you to reach as high as you can reach, okay? Reach, 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 reach. Then I want you to stretch a little bit higher. Okay, and then reach even a little bit higher. See how much higher you can do. Okay, all right. Okay, you guys can sit back down. Thanks. So, were you guys a little amazed to learn that even though you thought you had stretched as high as you could the first and even the second times, when I asked you to stretch one more time, you reached higher? And that's what you're going to find in this program. We're going to ask you to stretch maybe even farther than you've ever thought possible. Believe me, you guys, I have done things in this business that I never thought I would be doing. So stretch. During this program, you'll often be encouraged to stretch. For example, we'll ask you to be accountable for completing action steps each week to help you move towards your goal. We'll ask you to try some new activities and complete some tasks that may stretch you out of your comfort zone. Rest assured that these activities will not only help you get you to director level, they'll also help you maintain a strong director team, then with continued growth. And we're never going to ask you to do anything that we aren't already doing ourselves. The system works. But maybe there we go. I was like, but maybe my slides don't work. So all about bookings. Your party schedule is the foundation on which your business stands. Basically, if you don't have bookings, you don't have a business. So the very first thing we'll focus on is booking a full calendar. For the next 2 weeks, successful leaders hold 2 in-person parties a week or 4 virtual parties each week. I know that we were just saying right now 4, but like I said, we're talking a little bit about stretching, okay? It's all in the numbers. So here is the formula for success. To get you guys started in this program, we're gonna have you try to do 30 contacts a day until your calendar is fully booked. Reach out through private messages, text, calls, emails, even if you wish, whatever you feel, whatever type of communication works for you, reach out that way. Remember, friends, family, and networking while you're out and about, those all count as networking and contacts. And then we want you to think about your booking language. Are you coming across as desperate or determined? And what's the difference in that? Desperation language is pushy, salesy, and scared, lacks confidence and trust, focuses on you, not them, won't help you get bookings, using phrases like, if you can help me out, I need help, I'm trying to reach my goal and I just need, that's desperation language. We want you to think with determination language. So determination language is confident, sincerely curious and flexible, demonstrates genuine excitement for your work, authentic desire to share it with the world. This language is going to use phrases like, I thought of you because, and I'd love to help you get. Wouldn't it be fun too? So there's really a big difference there. So determination language is all about your potential host. How can you serve them? How can you solve their problems in the kitchen? Typo, I was trying to get them all. How can you add a little more fun to their day? So now we're going to talk about steps for making contacts, and you want to be thinking of that determination language. When making contacts, these steps will help you set a date. Start by sharing why you thought of your contact, and then the favorite 4, which is fun, friends, free, and finalize. So number 1, fun. Talk about the fun of the party. You can share the theme or recipe and what they'll love about it. Friends. Mention how much fun everyone will have together. Free. Share how much free product most of your hosts earn. And then finalize. Set a date for your party. So here's an example of what these steps could look like. In maybe the first text message, you could say, hey, Sarah, it's Stacy. I'm not sure if you remember me, but we met at Mary's Pampered Chef party in March. I'm so excited because there are some incredible things going on at Pampered Chef. And I thought of you because I know you love to eat healthy. So after a positive response from Sarah, Stacy may follow up with a great virtual party called New Year, New You. All about healthy options for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And people are just loving it. One of the recipes I'm sharing is lemon blueberry muffins, and my host and guests are amazed how easy it is. I also post daily games, raffle prizes, product info, and even some fun recipe inspiration. It's so much fun, and it's so much fun for you and your friends. My hosts earn up to $215 in free and discounted products. You can change that to like maybe reflect your show average. My next opening is blank. What do you think? If you guys could just double check, I think there's somebody that's got a little bit of background noise. If you guys could mute, I'd appreciate it. Thank you. All right. So that was kind of an example for that. So here's a few more example word choices when you're while you're making contacts. So this would be a good one for new consultants. Hey, Chris, how are you? Did you see my exciting announcement on Facebook? I made a big decision to start my own Pampered Chef business, and I was wondering if you would let me spoil you with amazing rewards as one of my very first hosts. The party lasts about a week, and it's super fun and convenient for everyone to pop in and out through their busy schedules. What do you think? Want to grab some friends this month and get spoiled with Pampered Chef? You know, you're always going to want to be ending with a question. And maybe for someone you know, it might sound like this. Hi there, I'm so excited to share that I've been invited to a leadership development program with Pampered Chef. And I thought of you because I know you just remodeled your kitchen. Online parties are super easy and fun, and they only take a few minutes for a couple of days. I would love to spoil you with free and discounted products and share tips, recipes, and games with your friends. Would you be willing to try one? So that's another way something like that could go. I just had somebody message me, will you share these words? We can share these wordings too. I can actually share, we can put the slides too in the group page. We could put the slides every week, that's fine. But yes, absolutely, anybody can share these with any of you guys, or any of the directors can share the wording with you. Okay, excuse me. Tracking contacts. We're gonna talk about that next. So every day, use your spiral notebook to track contacts. If you're a little bit more of a digital person, I like to use Google Tasks. That could be another form of a digital format to use for tracking contacts. So if you have any questions about that, let me know and I'd be happy to help you. So use your spiral notebook to track contacts, responses, and results. It's a good idea to write down what method you've used to reach out. Did you text them? Did you send them a PM on Facebook? Did you actually make a phone call to them? Track how you contacted them. Using a notebook will ensure that you don't lose track of all of your progress. Not everyone will respond right away, and it's not personal. They may have been distracted, or still thinking about it, or even simply just forgot. It happens. I mean, I know sometimes it'll say like they've read it, but all of those factors you have to kind of think of. So it's important to follow up with them in a timely manner. Here's what top leaders recommend. After the first message, follow up within 24 hours. It could even be something simply like, did you get my message? I mean, seriously, you could even just simply say that. After the second message, follow up within 48 hours. And then after the third message, follow up within 72 hours. I'm telling you though right now that we are giving you permission to keep following up until you get a no. You can give your customer permission to say no if you're not getting a response too. So sometimes it's hard to kind of know where to stop. But there is, I don't know if I have it right here right now. I'll try to find it and I'll post it on the page, but there is a really interesting statistic that I have in my teams. We have a team Bible, we call it. And there is some information, some facts in there and stats about how many times it takes a person sometimes to get back to you. And it's really interesting. So I will share that with you. So sometimes you really, really need to think about, do you want to give up after like a third try? Because there is a little bit of reasoning and success in sticking with it for a little while longer. All right, now we're going to talk a little bit about recruiting. We recommend holding an opportunity event at least once a month. If your team is larger, consider doing 2 or more times in a month and share your tips for who and how to invite guests. You can also encourage consultants to invite guests to attend the Meet Pampered Chef webinars offered by the home office each month. And you can find those, they're usually listed under the STIR. Sharing the Pampered Chef business opportunity is of the most important activities you'll focus on during your journey towards directorship. Let's create a list of people to reach out to this week. So our activity here is going to be creating a list of people to reach out to about the Pampered Chef opportunity. So we can brainstorm a list of people, participants, I can't even read that. It doesn't even make sense. I might have typed it backwards there. So reaching out to people, basically. Okay, so people who need extra income. So, you could maybe take a piece of paper and make a little list, and each column could have need extra income, need more fun in their life. That might be a little bit bold, but you might know some of those people. Have a situation similar to your own. Somebody that you'd love to work with. That's always kind of a fun one. Who would you like to be with? You know, if you've got friends that you might want to work with, that's a really good thing, especially when somebody gets started, to ask them right away if they have a friend that they think could join up and buddy up with them to get their business started. um, Past hosts and upcoming hosts, don't remember to think about those. And who were rock star guests at your party? So that's always a really good one to keep track of during your virtuals, is who are those rock star people, and have you reached out to them? So examples of wording choices to use when inviting guests to an opportunity event. So those who are considering joining, you might go something like this. Hi, Marcia. I know you've been considering joining PC. I'm having what's called a look and learn on Tuesday, and I would love to send you an invitation. It's all online, so you can join from any device, and there's no obligation to join. It's a great way to learn more about PC and ask questions you might have. Can I send you an invitation? And somebody that might be a new consultant could say something like, hey, Brittany, how are you? Did you see my exciting announcement on Facebook? I made a big decision today to start my own Pampered Chef business, and I thought of you right away because I know you're always trying new recipes. I was curious if you'd be up to learning more about earning extra money or adding a little more fun to your life. So those are a couple of examples of that. Your call to action this week. So biggest thing that we want you to be doing is come to your weekly calls prepared to talk about your parties, your bookings, and your recruit leads, because we're going to have a time for that every week. We want you to be continuing this week to work on 30 contacts per day using that determination language and track your results. And like I said, I'll post the slides after I make some corrections. I will post some slides, and I'll put them in there so then you can kind of see what some of those determination wordings were. Invite people to the opportunity event. So we will get an opportunity event scheduled. Sarah and Marcy and Jana and I have not talked about that, but we will get one of those scheduled, and we will give you guys a date probably by tomorrow. We'll make sure we chat about that quickly tonight. This is a whole new program for us too, so it's a little daunting right now for all of us to figure out all the ins and outs. It's very different than our old program that we did. Post your vision board here in this group, or if you don't have one, that if you have one that you haven't done yet, or if you haven't done one yet this year, do one and post it here in our group. Seeing other people's visions boards can be really telling and really can make you think a little bit more out of your comfort zone, because everybody kind of thinks differently. So it's kind of neat to see each person's creativity and what they have in their vision. Then we're going to have you take a bookings training. We will post it on the Own Your Road to Success group, and it's going to be something excuse me, super simple, like listening to an old maybe conference workshop on a bookings, or maybe even like listening to a coffee talk that is on like the Saturday mornings or the Saturday morning success calls. So we will have one of those posted for you so you can listen to that. And then that is going to be something that you will be talking to with your director in those 15-minute calls every week, okay? So I am going to do a stop share now with the screen. And I am going to, you guys, why don't we see who has questions? We'll do a little Q&A here. So who's got questions for us? I know, I'm sure that this whole last week with working on bookings and stuff has been, it's kind of different when you're actually like really super focusing on it. So does anybody have any questions? Jenny, actually, you had one. She messaged me. The last Monday is Memorial Day. Are we still going to have our last Zoom meeting that day? Well, we kind of talked about that, and we actually had already talked about it, and we're all kind of like, I mean, unless we feel like we need to change it, I mean, is really anybody doing anything on Memorial Day? We're supposed to be staying at home right now. So if we start hearing that we think that it's an issue to not have the last call on that Monday, then maybe we can move it to Tuesday or Sunday. You know what I mean? But I mean, for me, I'm good with it being Monday because it's not like I'm going anywhere. So if you guys have a real hesitation about that for some reason, let your director know, and then we can kind of discuss. But as of right now, we're going to keep it right on that Monday. Okay. And thanks, Jenny. Anybody else have a question? Please just unmute yourself if you do. Anybody? Hey, Sarah. Nobody questions? Seriously? What did you guys think of the wordings that I said? Like, what do you think? What did you think when I was talking about those determination words? To really think of, if you really think about that, that is so true. You need to really think about how you word things. I mean, it can really come off, and that's when you start to feel pushy. So that's where you need to, it's a total mind shift, like we talked about, of what's in it for them. That's what I always try to tell my team members is you have to make that mind shift and think, what can Pampered Chef do for them, and what can they do for Pampered Chef? If you can do that, it will really, really help you. And I know there's a couple of girls on my team, like I think Lori's one of them for sure, that I know that she's really seen that shift in her mindset this last few months, because it kind of finally clicked with her. So anybody else, speak now or forever hold your peace.
I like the wouldn't it be fun to wording.
Mhm.
I've never thought about saying it like that before. And I used to, a few years ago, because I've done direct sales before, I used to be the person that would do the desperate. I didn't think I was desperate, but
Mhm.
the wording comes out desperate.
I think we've all been there.
About
Oh
doing
yeah,
it
for
that way.
sure.
That was my takeaway from it.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, you do have to remember that we are, trying to provide entertainment for people. We are giving them, like, especially right now, we're giving them a distraction. And that's frankly what I've been saying to a lot of people that have been a little bit hesitant maybe at first about booking. And I'm like, honestly, if we can even just give somebody a new recipe for chicken, because they've made every stinking chicken recipe that they've ever made in their life. If you just gave them a new recipe for chicken, we gave them a solution, correct? I mean, look at it like that. So distractions, solutions, think that mode. Not always be thinking about, um, saying the word booking even. Like, would you like to book a show? I don't say, don't say that. That comes off as really, um, it just doesn't, you need to look at it like, would you like to get some friends together and have some fun and learn some new recipes? Look at it like, say it like that. Because it does. You sound pushy, and you sound like you're desperate. I mean, for sure. Anybody have a takeaway? Go ahead, Amy. Sorry.
Can I some about recipes?
Yeah.
Where I know there's some in Consultant's Corner, but does anybody have any idea of any other places to find recipes? Because I've been through Consultant's Corner and I've seen all the recipes in there, and I'm just wondering if there's any other places that you guys know of that I could find new recipes for.
Have you checked marketing imagery, Amy?
Right.
Have
Yeah,
you checked?
I've been
all
through
of
marketing
those?
imagery. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's what she's been through. I don't know that you've been through the actual recipe, like drop down. Like if you search in the search bar for chicken, and then it'll bring up products first, but you can click over to recipes and it'll have hundreds or thousands of recipes there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or you can put in a specific item, like you can type in cast iron, and then usually the first like little tab, like the search bar is kind of up here and then the tabs are more down here, and it'll be like resources, products, recipes, and you have to make sure that you're clicking on that right function tab and make sure you're clicking on recipes. And then it's going to bring up the most, you know, according to ingredient or product. I don't think maybe there's another way. I think that's probably just ingredient product.
I
So
think by word as well. And I think that it's easier on a PC than it is on a phone, because I notice when I'm searching for them on the phone, it always flips back to product instead of recipe.
yep, you do for sure have to like toggle the little bar there and make sure that it's on recipes.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes too, I will just go to Google and I will write Pampered Chef broccoli, and then like it'll just come up, and who cares if it was a Pampered Chef recipe from 20 years ago? It might have been a really good recipe and there's no reason why we still can't make it, you know. So I do that, you know. That's kind of even fun things to do, like on if you have VIP pages and stuff, and you can just be like Throwback Thursday or something and throw an old Pampered Chef recipe in there. So yeah, don't be afraid to do stuff like that. Yeah, so that's probably the best way, you know. And they always say that there's like at least 300 recipes out there. I think there's more than that now. That's what they used to tell us, but I think there's like bazillions. Maybe not that many, but you know what I mean. So yeah. Anybody else? I don't want to keep you guys too long, but I also want to make sure that we're answering your questions, because I know this is new, and we don't want you to feel like, you know, you don't have support. We still have to decide when we're drawing the name. We didn't have it all together to do that tonight on the call, to draw our name from our hosts. I don't know about you, but I've been extremely busy. So we will do that, and we will figure out, we will post the bookings training that we want you to do. And what was the other thing that I said we were going to do? Oh, when we were going to host an opportunity event. So we will get that date to you ASAP so you can get people invited to that. I don't know about your guys' team, Marcy and Jana, but Sarah and I use a group for opportunity events. Do you guys do that too?
Yeah, we actually have one that runs every Tuesday night.
Oh, geez, look at you guys go. We just do it. We've been doing it once a month. And Sarah's like, I'm like, I think we should do it too. And she's like, oh my God, that's too much. Now, see, they do. See, Sarah, they do it every week. So yeah. So I think too, sometimes it depends on how big your organization is. Exactly like what I said earlier, you know, once a week or once a month, what's going to work good for your organization. So, I don't know, maybe we just jump on the bandwagon and do next Tuesday night then. Should we just do that?
Sure.
Sarah, does that sound good to you? Okay. All right. That's what we'll do then. But I will post a bookings, and that's it. So are you sure anybody else doesn't have a question? Okay. All right. Thank you guys for joining us. So make sure you get in contact with your director too, and figure out when you're going to do. I would say that you need to do your 15-minute check-in by Sunday. So you're not trying to fit it in Monday before the call. Okay. So let's just say Sunday is like your day, unless your director needs you to do it at a different time. But make sure it's done by Sunday so you're not trying to fit it in by Monday. Okay. And then we will post the next Zoom link before the next call, like a day before. So, okay. All right, I'm going to hit stop recording.